Think of RPM, which stands for Result, Purpose, Massive Action Plan, as your stress buster. Whenever I start feeling overwhelmed, I know I'm not alone. I've got many companies to run. I've got kids. I've got friends and responsibilities. I have to take care of my body. Then, on top of that, unexpected things happen. And when life throws all that at you, what do? You must learn to respond, not just react. You have to train yourself to still get the results you want, even when everything feels like it's spinning out of control. That means learning a different way of thinking. In the beginning, it might feel slow because it's new to you. But as you practice, it will become automatic. Eventually, you'll think and act this way without even trying. This is why it's called the rapid planning method, because once you master it, you can move fast and still keep your clarity. But more than just a method, it's a lifestyle. It's about living a results-focused, purpose-driven, massive action life. And if you live this way, you will have a quality of life better than you've ever dreamed. I've seen it in my own life, and I've seen it happen for people I've worked with, from individuals to entire companies. The reason we win again and again is simple: most people spend their lives reacting to problems. They're trying to fix things after they happen. They're stressed because there's always more to do than there is time. Here's something important to live by. Don't serve time, time serves you. That's the belief I want you to adopt. Let me give you an example. When I go to a meeting, I'm clear about my goal. We're not there just to have a meeting. We're there to get results, to make decisions, to solve problems. Meetings without a clear purpose waste your life. When I walk into a meeting, we can spend the first few minutes connecting and enjoying each other's company. But after that, it's, what are the outcomes we want? What are the results we're after? What needs to be resolved? We focus, make decisions, and take action. That's how change happens. That's how life moves forward. Now let me ask you, how do you take something that feels impossible and make it real? Think of a time in your life when you turned an impossible dream into reality. What was the first step you took? The truth is, most people don't even start with a dream. If you ask them what they want, they'll tell you what they don't want. I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to live like this anymore. But here's the problem: whatever you focus on, grows. If you focus on what you don't want, you'll get more of it. Let's talk about perfectionism, because it stops more dreams than failure ever will. There are a few types. 1. The classic perfectionist. This person needs everything to be in their control at all times. They're very disciplined, orderly, and reliable. But they have trouble being spontaneous or adapting when things change. 2. The Parisian perfectionist. They also want things perfect, but they also need everyone to approve of them while they do it. They're warm, understanding, and good with people, but if they think someone won't like what they do, they hesitate or quit. 3. The pure procrastinator. They won't even start until the conditions are perfect. They over-prepare, trying to avoid failure, but end up paralyzed. 4. The messy procrastinator. They're romantic dreamers and wildly optimistic. They start strong but lose focus because they try to do everything. They spread their energy too thin and rarely finish. 5. The intense performer. They focus on results above all else. They get the job done quickly and sharply. But their high intensity can stress people out or make them seem too aggressive. Once you recognize which pattern is yours, you can stop saying, "That's just who I am." It's not who you are, it's just a habit. And habits can change. If the pattern doesn't serve you, break it. Otherwise, you might have a perfect plan, your RPM, but never follow through because your inner voice says, it's not the right time. It has to be perfect. What if people don't like it? To manage your life well, focus on 2 or 3 main areas. 1. Personal life. 2. Professional life. 3. Optional, your business or team. Within those, create categories of improvement areas you want to make better regularly. It's like moving into a new house. If you dumped all your belongings into the living room, you'd be overwhelmed. But if you already had categories, kitchen items here, clothes there, you'd know where everything belongs. That's what RPM does for your life. It takes the chaos and puts it into order so you can find and focus on what matters most. Here's something I've learned after decades of coaching leaders, parents, athletes, and entrepreneurs. Being busy is not the same as being productive. You can run around all day, answer emails, go to meetings, talk to people, and still end the day feeling like you accomplished nothing important. Clarity is what changes everything. If you wake up and already know the result you're after, your day has a target. You're not just reacting, you're creating. Think about an archer. If they pick up a bow and start shooting arrows without a target, it doesn't matter how many arrows they shoot, they'll never hit the bullseye, because there is no bullseye. That's how most people live. They're aiming at nothing, and they wonder why they never feel fulfilled. Before the day starts, I ask 3 questions. 1. Result, what do I want out of today? 2. Purpose, why do I want it? 3. Massive action plan, what are the top steps I can take to make it happen? This can take 5 minutes or less, but it keeps you from being dragged around by distractions. Let me give you a personal example. One morning, I knew my main result was to finish preparing for a seminar. My purpose was to help thousands of people break free from fear. My action steps were: finalize the slides, rehearse the opening story, call 2 friends for feedback. Because I knew my result, I didn't get lost in emails or random tasks. By the end of the day, my big thing was done, and I went to bed feeling fulfilled. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, I've tried making plans before, but I never follow through. That's because a plan alone isn't enough. You can have the most detailed, beautiful, color-coded plan in the world, but if you're trapped by fear, perfectionism, or doubt, it won't matter. Here are the most common traps. The not ready yet trap, waiting for the perfect moment. The people must approve trap, needing everyone's agreement before you act. The too much to do trap, trying to do everything at once and burning out. When you recognize these traps, you can break them. And you break them by taking action now, not when you feel ready, not when you have every answer, now. Sometimes we think success is one giant leap. It's not. It's a series of small wins, stacked on top of each other. Imagine pushing a giant boulder. At first, it feels impossible, it won't move. But if you keep leaning into it, step by step, push by push, eventually momentum kicks in. Then the boulder starts rolling on its own. That's how action works. The first steps feel heavy. But once you've built momentum, the wins start coming faster. So instead of thinking, I need to change my whole life, think, what's one thing I can do today that moves me forward? Let's say your dream is to write a book. That's a big project. If you try to write a book in your head, it feels overwhelming. But if you break it into RPM blocks, it gets simple. Purpose is the P in RPM, and it's what gives you the energy to keep going when things get hard. Without a strong why, your plan is just a list of tasks. Think of it like a car. Your result is the destination. Your action plan is the map. But your purpose is the fuel. Without fuel, you're not going anywhere, no matter how good your map is. So before you start any plan, always ask yourself, why does this matter to me? Why is this important now? If your reason is strong enough, you'll find the strength to act, even on the days you don't feel like it. Some people don't start because they look at the whole goal and feel crushed by how big it is. Here's what I tell them. Don't climb the mountain in your mind. Just take the first step. When you look too far ahead, your brain starts listing all the things that could go wrong. But when you focus on just the next step, you feel in control. If your dream is to start a business, maybe your first step is calling one potential customer. That's it. Small steps create progress. Progress creates confidence. And confidence creates more action. Let's circle back to something I said earlier. Time serves you, you don't serve time. When you run your life by RPM, you stop being a slave to the clock. You stop saying, I don't have time. Instead, you make time for what matters, because you've already decided what's important. It's not about managing hours, it's about managing focus. Two people can have the same 24 hours. One can waste them on distractions, the other can use them to change their life. The difference is not time, it's clarity. One of my favorite ways to create results is to turn big goals into 90-day games. Why 90 days? Because it's short enough to feel urgent but long enough to create big change. In those 90 days, I focus on no more than 3 big outcomes. That keeps my energy from being scattered. Each outcome gets its own RPM block, and each week I track my progress. This way, I'm always moving towards something, and I can see the results building week after week. I want you to try this starting today. Pick one outcome you want this week. Write down your purpose, why it matters. List 3 to 5 actions you can take immediately. Then, do them. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for permission. Take the first step today. Because here's the truth, your life changes the moment you decide to act. You don't need to have the whole path figured out. You just need the courage to take the first step, and then the next, and then the next. Momentum will carry you forward, but you have to start moving for it to show up. So stop reacting to life and start creating it. Stop being busy and start being clear. Live with purpose. Act with intensity. And remember, time is not your master. Time is your servant. Your best life isn't waiting for someday. It's waiting for you to begin. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment you have and make it perfect. Too many people waste their lives waiting for someday. The truth is, someday is not on the calendar. You must act now. Small steps every day beat big leaps once in a while. Consistency is more powerful than occasional effort. A little progress every day turns into huge success over time. You don't need to see the whole staircase to take the first step. Clarity grows as you move forward. The path often appears only after you start walking. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But keep moving forward. Progress is progress, no matter how small. Momentum is built by movement, not by waiting. Your dream doesn't need everyone's approval. It needs your commitment. If you wait for every single person to agree with your vision, you'll never start. Perfect is the enemy of progress. Stop waiting for the stars to align. Start where you are, with what you have. You don't get results by wishing, you get them by working. Wishing is a beginning, but it's action that changes your life. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Motivation starts you, but discipline finishes you. Your time is your life. Spend it on things that matter. Don't waste your hours on things that don't take you closer to your goals. When you focus on the result, you find a way. When you focus on the problem, you find an excuse. Your mind always expands in the direction of your focus. Energy flows where focus goes. Tony Robbins. If you put all your focus on what's wrong, you'll feel drained. Put your focus on what's possible, and you'll feel powerful. It always seems impossible until it's done. Nelson Mandela. The word impossible is just a label we put on something we haven't seen happen yet. You can't finish if you never start. Every success story begins with one brave decision to start. Don't let the fear of failure stop you. Let the fear of staying the same push you. Fear can either trap you or drive you, it's your choice. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is filled with daily action. Dreaming without doing is just wishing. Results don't come from thinking about it. They come from acting on it. Clarity is important, but action is essential. Every big success is just a lot of small wins stacked together. Don't underestimate the power of small victories. Winners are not people who never fail. They are people who never quit. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's a step toward it. Time is the most valuable thing you own. Don't spend it carelessly. You can always make more money, but you can never make more time. If you don't run your day will run you. Planning is how you stay in control of your time and energy. Focus is the new superpower. In a noisy world full of distractions, the person who can focus will always win. Don't be busy, be productive. Running around all day is not the same as moving forward. Your plan doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to get you moving. Action beats perfection every single time. When your purpose is strong enough, you will find the way. A deep why will pull you through the hardest days. You can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. Life will throw storms at you, but you can always choose how to respond. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Stop questioning if you're ready. Start acting like you are. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Every action you take is building the life you'll live tomorrow. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's taking action despite fear. Fear means you're stepping into something important. Don't let yesterday take up too much of today. You can't change the past, but you can create the future. You are one decision away from a completely different life. Big change often comes from one bold choice. The secret to success is starting before you feel ready. Readiness comes from doing, not from waiting. Great things never come from comfort zones. If you want something you've never had, you'll have to do something you've never done. What you do daily is more important than what you do occasionally. Your habits decide your future. Don't count the days, make the days count. Every day is an opportunity to move closer to your dream. Opportunities are usually disguised as hard work. Most people miss chances because they don't look like what they expected. Action cures fear. The fastest way to stop feeling afraid is to start moving. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. There's never a perfect starting point, there's only now. Your success is found in your daily routine. What you do every day will either take you closer to your dream or further away. Focus on being better today than you were yesterday. Small daily improvements lead to massive growth. Don't limit your challenges, challenge your limits. Push yourself beyond what's comfortable, and you'll discover what's possible. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Don't wait to see what happens, decide what happens. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you work for. Effort beats hope every time. Fall 7 times and stand up 8. Resilience is the most underrated success skill. The harder you work for something, the greater you'll feel when you achieve it. Satisfaction comes from knowing you earned it. Be stronger than your excuses. Excuses steal your future. If it matters to you, you will find a way. If it doesn't, you will find an excuse. Your actions always reveal your priorities. Your comfort zone will keep you safe, but it will also keep you small. Growth feels uncomfortable for a reason. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. Finish what you start. The best time to start was yesterday. The next best time is now. There's no better moment than the present. Dream big. Start small. Act now. Every great achievement began with one small action. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Self-belief is the foundation of every achievement. Turn your can into how can I. Your language shapes your reality. Work until your idols become your rivals. Let your role models inspire you to rise to their level. What you focus on expands. Choose wisely. Your attention is your most valuable resource. Don't be afraid to start over. This time you're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience. Every ending is a chance to begin again, smarter and stronger.
Please like and subscribe for more videos.